starting to
We're
get
back.
crazy in the draft.
It's starting to get crazy in the draft. Back once again, Joshua Fisher, Alexander Sabos of the Chair Show, the Believe Network. Alex Roig of Topic Thunder took the words right out of my mouth. It is getting crazy in the draft. Thunder go back-to-back on them with 11 and 12. Ousmane Dieng out of France, not the college, literally the country. And then they go Jalen Williams out of Santa Clara. Talk to me about these picks. What's the feeling in the building? They trade for number 11 with the Knicks, but they don't give up that number 12 pick. There's multiple first-round picks. They have more first-round picks than God could imagine to have anyone having first-round picks up until 2027. What's the feeling in the building? What's your feeling about these two picks of Thunder and the trade they just made?
So the feeling in the building went from, oh crap, we just, we switched one spot with New York to go from 12 to 11, and we gave up multiple picks. But then whenever we realized that we still had 12 also, it was just like, oh crap, so we're getting Dieng and we're getting someone else, which turned out to be Jalen Williams. Look, if you look at this, if you look at the players that the Thunder are drafting now, the players are it's different in this iteration than it was during the Durant Westbrook time. So the players now, they're highly skilled. They're a lot more versatile. You're talking about Dieng. Dieng is almost like a Josh Giddey-like player in that he's 6'9". He can handle the ball. He can pass. Jalen Williams, 6'6". He led his team in assists. He can pass the ball also. So you're looking at a team that is more versatile. It's more in tune with today's NBA as opposed to just being an athletically gifted team, which the Durant Westbrook teams were. They just beat you with athleticism, with skill. And I think this team, this iteration now is more focused in on, good basketball, great basketball, having players that are skilled, but then also having players that know how to play smart basketball.
Good shooters. Smart shooters.
Yes.
Great field. Both guys can really shoot and stretch the floor nicely and can be kind of especially Dieng can be a mismatch nightmare, a matchup nightmare.
They're huge out there. They're huge out there now. Like, it's just wingspan for days.
They're
the smallest
really big team.
The smallest player, if you put the three that they drafted plus Giddey and SGA, the smallest player is SGA.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which is
like, and he's a big
crazy.
guard. He's like
he's
exactly.
a big
6'6".
He's a big guard. Yeah. I actually like that because if you look what the Celtics just did, like obviously the Warriors went small and won, but the Celtics threw a lot of size out there with Horford, with Rob Will, with Tatum and Jalen and Marcus Smart. They threw a lot of size out there, and I'm not saying all these guys are going to start right away for the Thunder, but you hope that obviously Chet's a starter along with Giddey and SGA, and you hope that one of these guys is a starter. One of them could come off the bench and you'd be fine and add that depth, which is great. But if it's Dieng, that size you're adding does create that defensive versatility. You have the defensive stalwart, like you were saying when we had you on last time with Chet in the middle. Well, all these guys can shoot, and it's just a lot of the ball movement that you kind of could have with the Warriors. The ball, Giddey and SGA can move the ball well.
They're putting together a real team here, right? I think Jalen Williams, he reminds me a lot of like a guard version of Grant Williams in Boston, a guy that can space the floor, shoot threes, passes the ball. He's not a black hole on offense. If he touches the ball, he wants to get other guys involved. He's not just trying to be an ISO scorer. That's not his game whatsoever. So I think he really pairs well with Giddey and SGA, who both can slash, both obviously can pass and create their own shot. Giddey is something that he's going to improve on this year, I think. But I really like that Jalen Williams pick. I think it's a really safe pick that fits and makes a lot of sense. And then Dieng is the guy it's right now he can contribute, especially defensively with that length. But what he can become offensively, who knows? I mean, he's so young. He's been playing in New Zealand, right, for the Breakers. Like, this guy is untapped potential. He's so raw, and he's the type of guy that could become one of the top 8 guys in this draft class, and I wouldn't be surprised by it.
Yeah, he's definitely the swing for the fences pick for the Thunder. So we'll see.
But you can afford that. You can afford that swing for the fences pick after taking Chet. Everything else you do after you have your guy with Chet, so everything else you do is gravy, and you can afford that. And I think it's a good win because you could trade picks, but the only thing really more valuable than picks is a player. If Chet, SGA, and Giddey put you on the cusp of the play-in, not right away, I'm saying, but maybe in a year. They put you on the cusp of the play, and if they do that, and one of these guys is a solid trade piece as a player, and one of them's panning out, you could take them and some of the other picks and go get a star. There's so many things you can do if you're Presti. Really great stuff. Alex, Roig, thank you so much for joining us. I want to pitch you one quick thing because we on the Believe site, go to Believe.com, everybody. We have a shop, and I thought of a cool shirt for you guys.
What's that?
You never go full rebuild since you guys are Topic Thunder.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Thank
I like
you, man.
that one.
I appreciate it. I got to put my Thunder hat back on. I was rocking the Blazers because you just did the Blazers. I got to give you some Thunder love. I was caught in the wrong
hats there?
Yeah, well, I have
100. That's awesome.
I have 106 hats hanging on my wall. Yeah.
The man wears many hats.
That I do. Alex, Roy, go get back to it, man. Thanks for joining us.
All right, y'all take care.
Later, brother.